Hey everyone, Curtis Mock with your GymSuccess.com video tip of the week. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to do a video. I've been in Australia, took plenty of videos, have a few that I'm going to share with you guys soon, but this is my first one back in the swing of things, so it should be a lot of fun. I was actually this morning reading a little bit on Tony Robbins' blog and watched a video that he kind of outlined a really good system for success that I wanted to share with you guys. And most of you know, I hope that all of you know who Tony Robbins is. He is just a very powerful motivational speaker, someone that takes people from good to great, from great to better, just a very powerful guy. So I wanted to share this with you. I was going to put it on a PowerPoint slide, but just would have taken too much time and don't have a lot of time today. So I thought I'd just flip the camera on and just start rolling. So if you don't mind, I'm actually just going to draw it out, and we will use the backside of my fantasy football strategy that I wrote out. So we'll use this. Let's see if I can position this to where you guys can see this. I think this will be really good for you guys to see. Alright, so that should be pretty good. Alright, so on the sheet of paper, he drew out 4 boxes. I'm going to do the same thing for you. I'm going to get a pen that works. Actually, let's use this Sharpie so you guys can see it really well. Alright, so we have 4 boxes. Alright, so there are our 4 boxes. And in this first box we have potential. So what happens is, I don't know, you guys hear me talk about it all the time, but you know, we don't give ourselves enough credit in our lives to be able to do a lot of the things that we feel we should be doing. You know, we feel like we should be a better health club owner. We feel like we should be profiting more. We shouldn't be stuck at the break-even point thinking that that's successful and then finding a competitor coming into town and wishing we would have bumped that up to $30,000 instead of being comfortable, being more than comfortable. And it goes, you know, as far as life is concerned. I mean, you can have the potential to be the best husband or the best wife or the best father or mother or the best, you know, family member, or the best friend or the best, you know, mentor, role model, you know, whatever it is. We all have the potential to do whatever it is that we want to do. So Tony shared a story about a guy by the name of Roger Bannister, and I remember the name. Obviously it was before my time, but I know of the name because he was the guy that first broke the 4-minute mile. So what happened is no one in history, centuries and centuries, nobody ever broke the 4-minute mile barrier. And then what happened is Bannister trained and trained and trained, and he too could not do it. So what he did is he trained his mind to believe that he had the potential. So what happened then is it created an action that is equivalent to the potential that he believed he had, and that action led to results. Pardon my bad handwriting. So here is the model that he presented here. So what Roger Bannister did is that even though he knew he could never physically do it because he trained, I mean, just kicked his own ass training to try to break the 4-minute mile, instead he started focusing on his belief system. So once he believed that he could run a 4-minute mile and believed that he had the potential to do it, it then translated over to his actions, which then translated to the result of breaking the 4-minute mile. But it all started with the belief system. So what proves this even more is that within 2 years after Roger Bannister ended up breaking the 4-minute mile mark, 37 others ran a 4-minute mile. So think about what happened. No one ever believed that it could be done, so it was never done. He believed that it was done, that he had the potential to do it, that he took action to do it, trained mentally and physically to do it, and then his result was that he ran a 4-minute mile. The others that weren't quite in the position of leadership that Roger was, or didn't have, you know, the ability, the inner ability to do this, instead they saw him do it. And by seeing him do it, they then believed that it could be done because it had been done. Then they felt they had the potential to do it, which led to the actions to make it happen, which led to the results of 37 others ending up being able to do it. So that's very, very powerful in my opinion. What happens is most people have a predetermined belief of what their potential is. It doesn't matter what you tell them. And then that belief then affects the amount of action that they take, and that of course affects the results they receive from those actions. And what happens, ironically, is that the result of that, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something business related, starting your business. It could be a certain marketing strategy. It could be training your staff. It could be, a better relationship with your spouse, your business partners, everything in life. If you believe that there's very little potential, how much action are you going to take? You're probably going to take very little action. And then your results are going to suck. And then that reinforces the belief, because the next time you already feel like you're going to have poor results because the last time you had poor results, which leads to you feeling there's even less potential for success, which causes you to take even less action on the next time you try something, which gives you even worse results. So it becomes this big, nasty, poisonous, self-fulfilling prophecy. The way that he kind of explained it is, if you get your mind into a sense of certainty, if you believe that something can happen, then everything else is going to fall into place. And this, in my opinion, is why we have the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. It's not because, certain people are in a position of affluence, or they have, parents that, spoon-fed them, or, they know somebody that knows somebody, or they were in the right place at the right time. It's not what it boils down to. I mean, a lot of these success stories that we love reading about are about people that had the exact same amount of potential as you and I do. There's nobody in this world that has more potential for success than you do. Nobody. Everybody has the exact same level of potential, but we don't believe it. We believe that others have more potential and have a God-given right to certain privileges that others of us don't have, and that we're stuck living the life that we have, but it's just not the case. So if you get your mind into a sense of certainty, then everything else is going to fall into place. But how do we produce, this certainty when the world isn't going to give it to you? There's two ways to do it. Either we can fear so much what's going to happen if we don't end up, succeeding in whatever task that we do, that we're forced to make it happen. Or the other thing is to just believe and condition your mind to believe so emphatically that we have the ability to do whatever we want, that ultimately we are able to do whatever we want. So it's not done by, changing our potential. We can't change our potential. We have unlimited potential no matter what. It's not by taking more action, because if you take more action but you have limited belief systems to begin with, it's not going to get you anywhere. So in order to develop this sense of certainty, what we need to do, not only, repetitively remind ourselves exactly, the amount of potential that we have and envision certain things, but we have to start with the results. And you guys have heard me talk about this a lot. I mean, I'm a big fan of goal setting. But if you focus on the results, if you know how much money that you want to make, how much above break even you want your club to be, how much walk-in traffic you want, the type of car that you want to drive, the type of house you want to live in, the number of weeks of vacation you want to take, it doesn't matter. There's something that drives everybody, and it's always different, but whatever drives you, focus on that result. If you want a Hummer, focus on the Hummer. Then believe so strongly that you can have that Hummer, that you have the potential for the Hummer. You will take actions so that you will be able to get that Hummer. Then the next time you want something, you know you're going to be able to get it. If you want that 40-foot boat, hell, if you want a canoe, I don't care. Start small. Whatever it is that you truly believe that you can attain, that's where you start. We watched the movie The Secret, and it's a feel-good movie, and you sit there and you envision yourself behind the wheel of a sports car, and it just magically happens. You have a sports car in your life. Well, it doesn't happen that way. You do focus on that end result. You do focus on that car, or on a certain, level of draft in your health club, or happy members, low attrition rates, fill in the blank. You focus on the result. What is it that you want? Then you believe so strongly about the results of what you want in your life that you know you have the potential to do it, and then the actions that you take are a perfect reflection of the potential you believe that you have, And your results, my friends, every single time are going to be exactly what you want. And then that's going to fuel the fire every single time. But if you go into it thinking, you know, oh, I'm skeptical, this may or may not work, but I'm going to give it a shot, man, that belief system right there, you already know that you're not going to get good results, so you believe that it's not going to happen. You don't think the potential is there, so the actions that you take are not those that are going to get you to where you want. They're the actions that you take with a skeptical mind thinking, might or might not be successful. This expansion of my health club might or might not work. You know, this, I don't care, fill in the blank. Whatever it is that you're thinking of that you want to have happen, it's just way too easy to get into a bad self-fulfilling prophecy of despair and poverty and, you know, not having the ability to get anything. Rather, what we should be doing is focusing on the things that we want and focusing so intensely on them that we have no choice but to get them. You know, if you know exactly what it is that you want, the way that you want to envision your life, the freedoms that you want, the vacations, the travel that you want, the type of life you want with your significant other, the life you want for your kids and as they grow up, I don't care what it is. Everybody has certain things that drive them. But whenever you focus on the results of that, envision exactly what it is that you want for yourself, and you believe so strongly in the potential of this happening, the actions that you take that take you to that, whatever it is that you envisioned, your results are going to be there. Isn't that powerful? It's absolutely amazing. I mean, it works for me all the time, and I get into this stuff. I love this stuff. I don't talk to you about it again because we talk about health club related stuff, but this is the stuff that I get off on. I mean, I've got books. I mean, I have CDs that I fall asleep to, that I listen to, you know, things that are like, you can do it, Curtis. I mean, it's funny, and it sounds kind of hokey, but just over and over, I mean, this is what I do in my life. I focus on these things that I want, and things fall into place. And it's not because I'm just a lucky guy, because I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not lucky at all. Just look at my history in gambling. You know, I don't win money. I go there planning to lose money. So, you know, there's certain things that I want for myself. I will take a look outside. I don't know whether you can actually see this through the window, but those are some nice fancy palm trees out there. And if you look right there, this is the ocean. So, you know, a beach house on the ocean. And that's what I envision for myself. And then, of course, for MJ as well. MJ, you want to say hello? Hey, buddy. MJ, you're on film, buddy. Say hi to the crowd. No, you don't want to play? Okay. You want to sit? You'll show them how good you are? MJ? Sit. That's a good boy. Give me knuckles. Good boy. He's a good boy. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. But I thought it was just so powerful. I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, I know these things, but he just laid it out so well, and I thought that might be a good way for me to kind of show you guys kind of the mindset that I have for things and the way that I try to teach our clients to do things and think about things, you know, for life, for work, for everything that you have going on. So that's it for today. Sorry for the length of this, but hopefully that was beneficial for you. Very powerful stuff. Tony Robbins is the man. That's your gymsuccess.com video tip of the week. We'll see you guys next time.